Hello and welcome back to FTLG Marathon. Now we have Nico with a C running Solar Ash, running any percent. Nico, take it away.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is NicowithaC. We're going to be running Solar Ash, and we're going to be doing kind of a mixed category splitting. That's why I just call it any percent. But we have a giant surprise for you guys. With us today, we have the voice actor of Sid and Lyris. Pilar, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Pilar Uribe, and I played Sid and Loris, and I'm very happy to be here.
We're super happy to have you here, and we're going to be asking you a ton of questions about, the whole process and stuff like that. But I also have with me on the commentating couch, Meta.
Hello, yeah, my name is Meta. I ran Solar Ash Unrestricted True Ending when the game first came out. I still run now and again, but yeah, I'm really excited to be here today. Thank you, Nico.
Thank you, man. And I also have with me Wiggly, or Wiggles, whatever you want to call him. Say hello, mate.
Hey, I'm Wiggly. I pretty much don't run anything except for Solar Ash. I only started like maybe a month ago.
And he is a beast at it. But yeah, let's get ready here. Are we ready with the timer?
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go. So the first thing you'll notice as well is that we are starting the game on the novice difficulty. The reason for this is because the easiest difficulty allows us to do a lot more aggressive strategies, and so therefore allows us to be faster.
Exactly. And we're playing as Ray, who wakes up here. And Meta, you're going to be taking a lot of the lore stuff because I know you absolutely love the lore.
The lore man.
Sure. So basically, yeah. So we're playing as Ray, who is a Void Runner. There's some movement stuff here. I don't know if you want to explain that, Nico.
Yeah. So basically, the first thing we're doing is triple jumping, and the way you triple jump is you press boost, jump, and oh my god, okay, lag moment. We're fine. No worries. All right, grapple moment, also very good, cool. But yeah, we basically just did the first skip of the game where we skipped the introduction cutscene to the entire game. It's like very, very big and beautiful, and it's like, wow. And then there's like a gravity moment where you fall in reverse and stuff like that. It's very, very beautiful. You definitely pick this game up on the Epic Game Store if you haven't already, because there's so much cool stuff in this game.
Yeah, this game is gorgeous.
It really
Yeah, it's so much fun.
And,
but yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say the way that skip works is there's basically these trigger zones that mark where gravity is supposed to flip. There's a lot of different unique planets in this game, and so you'll see gravity change all the time, even just casually. But we can abuse that and skip quite a few things, as you'll see. I won't spoil quite yet, but it'll be interesting. And you'll see Nico here is stabbing this little eyeball. So these little eyeballs, we do just call them eyeballs a lot, but technically in game they are called anomalies. And for each sort of area, we have a certain amount of anomalies that we need to take care of before we unlock the remnant, which is the final boss of the area.
Exactly. And we're actually going to be seeing Sid here in a second. She's over there at the orange light. We're not going to be talking to her quite yet. We actually don't. We try to avoid her as much as possible in this game, unfortunately.
Oh no!
Mostly because time.
Don't tell her.
But we will be seeing her sometimes. But yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, basically, the movement you'll see most of the time is this sort of weird triple jump. And basically, when you boost, for some reason, if you jump immediately after a boost, it like won't count your first jump. You can get a second jump in, and then basically you get a free third jump out of that.
Yeah.
And fun fact, that is actually intended from the developers.
They knew about
this game.
Is it?
Sorry, they did. Sorry, not necessarily intended, but they knew about it. That's correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That said, though, the developers of this game are incredibly pro speedrun, which is amazing to see in the scene. If you've been in speedrunning for a while, you may know that developers sometimes don't love speedrunning necessarily, but Hard Machine is absolutely fantastic. And in fact, they've gone as far to make sure that like certain tricks in this category specifically were patched out for casual players. but were left in for speedrunners,
Yes.
which is
Yeah,
something
we'd love
you
to see
don't see like ever.
No.
So big shout outs to Heart Machine.
Giant
Please
shout-outs.
support them if you can.
Oh yeah, like again, I cannot emphasize enough how amazing this game is. Like if you haven't played a game like this casually, please do. Like I usually don't play movement-based type games, but I played this and I absolutely fell in love, and just everything about it, like the devs, the voice actors in it, everything is so crisp in it.
You can tell it's made with a lot of passion.
It really
That's
is.
for sure.
So, Pilar, how did you get the role as Sid and Lyris in this game?
Well, I got an email from my agent, and I auditioned a couple times, and they told me that I would be doing not one, but 2 roles.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be doing the voice of the computer, Sid, as well as the other character, who is this sort of older raccoon type of person. And for the audition, they asked for me to do some sounds that sounded like a raccoon, so I had to go on YouTube, and I ended up doing these. Yeah, so for the callback, I did these really wacky raccoon sounds, and
That's so funny.
and I got the gig.
Can we get your best raccoon sound?
Oh gosh. Oh,
Better than I can do, that's for sure.
Wow. Hired on the spot.
I've 100% of this game and talked to Lyris quite sometimes. I don't think she does that sound.
No, we
Unfortunately.
didn't. No, we didn't do that. She's really sweet, and
Oh, yeah.
she's a little lost, and So, but no, we didn't go with those sounds.
That's
for that,
unfortunate.
yeah.
That's right. That would have been awesome.
Probably
Yeah.
a relief.
Exactly. All right, so Meta, what did we just do? Because we just stabbed an Ouroboros like 3 times. And now
We
we're in
did,
the palm of
okay.
something.
The palm of something. Yes. So we finished our first remnant. I'm trying to pull up my split so I can actually remember what this remnant. Yeah. So that
Ouroboros,
remnant was
yeah.
yes, the crater Ouroboros. So we finished the crater. We will be returning to the crater quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
But that was the Ouroboros, the first of I can't remember exactly how many remnants.
It
but
says right here. 6.
does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The lights.
Shows how much I remember.
All good.
And so after each remnant, we go see Echo. We don't really know who Echo is at the start. We find out later, but of course I won't be
No
revealing
spoilers.
that quite
Mystery.
yet. Not yet.
But look who this is. Look who we're,
Ooh.
just laying in
We're
front
seeing
of.
Sid for the first time.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to see Sid after every boss fight.
Yes.
I'm going to try to not do them too fast here, the cutscene skips.
Ray, you made it. Are you all right?
And we're going to do it a little faster because we have an estimate we have to make.
We show off a little bit.
Yes.
Skipping all this beautiful dialogue.
I know,
How
I'm
dare
sorry.
you?
Look. All the hard work that went into it.
I'm sorry. I need to run under estimate. Speaking of estimate, we actually do have an incentive for true ending, because there are two different endings you can do in this game. There's both true ending and bad ending. Bad ending obviously being the fastest one, true ending being about, I think it's 7 or 8 minutes slower. And what am I doing here, Wrigley?
This is a hyper launch. This is only used in unrestricted. And essentially you just kind of wedge yourself in between geometry. That's kind of the only place that I know of you can hyper launch.
I think
But
it
you
is
wedge
the only
yourself-
place. Or the only place, at the moment at least.
The only useful one, at least.
Yeah, exactly.
And you wedge yourself in there, and then as soon as you jump, something happens weird with the geometry, and it just pushes you right out, and you just fly really far.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think
You'll be
you
seeing a
basically
really
just,
cool
like-
one later on.
Oh, yeah.
I think you basically just get stuck, and then your velocity gets like increased as you're inside the geometry or something.
Yeah, the game doesn't really know what
I
to
have-
do with you, so it just shoots you out at some point if you do it too
Yeah,
much.
I have no proof for that, but I'm gonna stick with it.
I mean,
Yeah, I like it.
yeah. Seems good. Alright, so we're actually going to be seeing Lyris here in a second. Let me just do this jump properly. There we go.
Nice. That's tricky. You can use the gravity. You can use the gravity manipulation of that little slope there to bring you all the way up to sort of that first grapple. But
Everyone
that's
say
only
hi
a
to
couple
Lyris real
seconds,
quick,
so.
because we're not going to be seeing her.
Hello,
for the run.
Lyris.
I'm
Hello,
sorry.
Lyris.
we never talk to or see Lyris aside from jumping over her head.
Nope,
But we
because-
appreciate that she's there.
We do, but that wall doesn't have collision, so we can just go through it and skip the cutscene. And skip talking to her as well.
I'm sure she's busy making raccoon sounds anyway.
True, actually. No, she's busy
So-
being sad, unfortunately. Her story is actually
Yeah.
really, really tragic.
Pilar, have you played through the game yourself?
I'm sort of obsessed with watching other people play the game, and I'm going
Right.
to have the strength to do it because I have to tell you, Ray going skiing the way she does is so fascinating, but I'm so scared she's going to fall off. I think this is like one of the most amazing games because it's so beautiful the way she
It really
flies,
is, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's incredibly
But
satisfying.
I'm just scared.
Yeah.
It is, and so I'm gonna get the courage to do it. I really want to do it.
It's really good because the movement just feels like you're in full control of Ray the whole time.
Yeah.
That's why I fell in love with it. I had so much fun on my first playthrough.
So we're gonna dive into another bit of tech here. You might have seen it earlier and been like, "What the freaking heck was that?" This is a rail slip. So basically, there's a mechanic in the game called time slip.
Oh, no.
And
Sad.
oh no, what a shame. That's okay. There's backups on backups on backups. No problem. But basically, a rail slip is combining the time slip mechanic with the mounting of a rail, and you spam the ever-living crap out of the rail, and you basically mount it over and over and over, which stacks your velocity. And since you're doing this in slow motion, you can stack them even more so. And so you're stacking this velocity, and you keep going way further. A super cool trick, and we can use it to skip a fair few
Ooh,
things.
nice save.
Thank you. I don't know why she didn't want to hit that. Usually that's really, really wide to hit, but not today. We saved it though, so it's fine.
Yeah, the rail slips are very useful later in the run.
Yeah.
Not too
Yeah.
much early on, but
There's a bunch
there's,
of them, like back to back. If you play restricted, for example, like for restricted, rail slipping is like the bread and butter of the entire skips, or like
Yeah.
all the skips that they have.
it's the big movement option for going fast.
Exactly. All right, let's see if we can get this one. It's been a while since I've done this one. Should be good.
This one's a hard
Good,
one.
looking good. Nice.
sir.
The
Nice.
tricky part with that is you basically need to manage your cooldown and keep an eye on it, because if you spam it too much, you'll run out of your cooldown before you reach the grapple. So
Exactly. All right, and the third
And there's
and final one. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's also with the rail slips, you can also do it without slowing down time, and that's kind of used a little bit throughout the run.
Yeah.
Just when there's like really short rails, you just spam the escape button, and you just fly past them.
Yeah, we usually call
There's
that
a name
partying.
for that.
Yeah, we call it
Partying, yeah,
partying
yeah.
because
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, because
I
it looks
never knew
like
it even
Ray
had
is
a
like
name.
hands up in the air, just partying all around.
Yeah,
I'm actually,
it's kind of
I'm
doing a
actually
little dance.
gonna be doing that in a second here, because we need to get
Yeah,
on
on
top
this
of
next
this
rail.
on this next boss, which is called the Forgotten Thresher.
Will you jump over the boss, though, is the question.
Hopefully not. Let's see here. There we go.
Yeah, that's a little party.
And can we get it?
I never knew it was called party.
There we go. Oh yeah. Brian Otto, who's one of the mods for this game. People have probably heard about him. He's a Titanfall runner and absolutely amazing person in general, and just a really, really cool guy. He named a lot of these tricks. And he makes some cool names, not gonna lie.
very true.
I know because I also run Control, and there's a trick in that game called Slidey McGunny. I'll let you try to figure out what in the heck that even means.
Lady McGunning?
Yeah, it's one of the coolest like tricks in the game, but I have no idea why they came up with that name. Alright, so for the boss fights, usually there's not too much to be said about them. They are very, like, there's not really anything you can... Oh, there is stuff you can do wrong, obviously. You can fall off. But you just need to get from A to B constantly.
Yeah, it is all movement based on top of the bosses, which makes them kind of some of the most fun parts of the game.
Yeah. basically need to like know when to use your boosts and jumps and stuff like that for like have optimal movement on them. And always on the third phase, they will turn red like this, and if you touch them at all, you will die. So we try to stay on the white shield parts, I guess.
So, Pilar, have you seen speedruns before? Like, are you familiar with speedrunning?
No, I am not. Not at all. I don't really have very much experience with video games. I see them sort of, no. This is the first one for me.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the first time you watch a speedrun, it's kind of a shocking experience, because I remember that was my experience. I was like, what is even happening right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just way too fast, especially with Solar Ash too.
Yeah. So
yes,
again,
it goes very quickly.
Yeah. Again, like we talked about, after every boss, we need to talk to Echo. And every time we talk to Echo, actually, we lose a shield. And shields are pretty important to us, especially in unrestricted. Because we use the shields to, let's say, teleport to other places. So now we just lost one, but we usually are just fine with just having one stack of a shield. I see.
Or shield warping is what it's technically called.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what we're going to do in a second, so people are going to notice it. I see someone asking how much this game is. If I'm not mistaken, it's around the $25 to $30 mark on EGS.
It's something like that.
Pretty sure.
I'll give it a check.
Thank you, Meta.
Yeah, I can't really say because Australian dollary dues, it's like $10 million.
Fun fact, it is 20% off right now.
Oh,
yes.
boy.
And
if you
can
have
also
the
get
means
a...
to do so,
Sorry?
absolutely pick it up. It is... I'm in Canadian dollars, so it is 38 Canadian, which I think equates to about 45, maybe 50 US. Either way, very worth it. This game is fantastic. Please pick it up.
Yes,
Exactly.
I agree.
I might have.
You can also get a $10 coupon on Epic Games at the moment.
True.
So even cheaper.
Also, there's going to be a
I have a
giveaway.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you say a speed run, you're basically doing the entire game in
Yes.
like a
Yeah.
what amount of time?
Yeah. Exactly. We're going to be
Because
doing
this is
it.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it done, and it takes people a couple hours.
Oh, no, this is going to take a little over an hour.
Ow.
Yeah,
Okay.
we speedy.
Oh, yeah.
Fast.
Anybody want
We're going fast here.
Anybody want to touch on what I just did with that shield box?
I'm with the expert.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, Pilar.
I can elaborate on the shield warping.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear what Pilar had to say first. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't hear it.
I was saying that I'm with the experts, so of course it's going to go by really quickly. You guys you know exactly where the pitfalls and the good stuff is. Yeah.
Exactly.
The experts.
I like
Yeah,
that.
Nico's fantastic at this game. Nico, how many hours do you think you have by this point? I mean, it's a relatively new game. It's only been out, I think, a couple months, maybe 2-3 months.
Yeah, I think it came out early December, if I'm not mistaken. And I picked it up immediately. I would, if I had to guess, I would probably say around 200-300 hours already.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
We actually just received a donation.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, nice.
So, Tampano donated £15 with the message, "For all the shade I ever throw Nico's way." Kind of a disrespect tax, if you will. Also, here's to a great start to another amazing marathon. Tapano, thank you so much for the £15 donation. If you would like to donate, use !donate, and it goes all towards the Haven House Children's Hospice.
Exactly.
Nice.
And yeah, exactly like Corey is writing right now, we have 2 codes provided to us by Heart Machine to give away. So anyone who donates is eligible.
Ooh.
So please,
What
get
a
your
bunch of
donations in.
legends.
I know, right?
I
insane.
cannot express enough how much I love Heart Machine.
They are
Like,
actually
not
one of the
only
best dev teams out there.
Yeah, not only, as I mentioned previously, have they, like, specifically tried to keep things in for the speedrunners that they've patched out otherwise for, like, casual players, but also, like, they are in the speedrunning Discord. There's multiple of them. I think, I don't even know how many.
Pretty sure there's like 10 of them in there or something. And like
And on
release,
top of that, they're active.
Yeah, on release, they
they're
were
active.
literally watching us play through the game and like seeing us find different stuff and like reporting bugs and finding new skips and then showing them, and they were like, "That's so cool! We never knew that worked," and stuff like that. And we were like, "Are you gonna patch it?" And they're like, "No." They literally just wanted us to have fun. Oh, messed up a little bit there, unfortunately.
By far the most interactive devs with the speedrunning community.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which you love to see it. You really do.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, so the shield warp thingy that I did. Let's go back to that
Right,
real quick.
yeah.
Yeah, because we're gonna be doing that a lot later on. Basically,
Alright.
when you're lacking a shield, that's why I took the damage on purpose earlier. When you're lacking a shield and you pick up a shield and you hold your grapple button at the same time, you get teleported to a new position where the new shield is gonna be, because the game tries to like not overload the level with like assets and stuff like that. So it kind of knows that like, oh, okay, you're at this point, I'm gonna deload all the shields from the other place. But it takes you with it if you're on top of the shield box. So that's basically
And
how that works.
Why exactly do you have to press grapple? That seems like a random, weird thing, right?
Yeah, it
That's
seems
one of the
super
things
weird.
that the devs kept in.
Exactly. Because the way that it used to work was you literally just, went over to the shield, took it like this, and then stood on it. You didn't have to do anything else. But that could happen to casual players. So the way... oh, okay, he's actually shooting fast.
Let's go.
So the
It's on
way
it.
that the heart machine went around it was that they thought, okay, well, let's just say that you have to press another button from the moment that you pick up the shield. So it's only something that if you know is there, you'll actually be able to use.
Mm-hmm.
Which is super
Yeah,
cool.
and that's such a unique way to support speedrunners, and they went out of their way to do it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
amazing.
There's no way that was already programmed in.
Oh, no,
but
no, no.
I don't know how they made holding a button work.
Absolutely no
Weird.
idea, but I'm really glad they did. It kept this this category alive. Oh, the fast shot. Okay, so for people that are new to this boss, this
Ooh,
guy
that was a good shot.
yeah, this guy can hold his second shot for a very long time and basically lose you a bunch of what is he doing? Come back. Come back.
Oh,
Damn
I
it.
hate when he does this.
There we go. But yeah, he can hold his second shot for super long and lose you like up to 40 seconds. But he actually was kind of nice there, except for the fact that he ran away from me. That's kind of rude, not gonna lie.
Yeah, you're getting pretty good RNG.
Yeah.
RNG's a big part of the boss fights in this game. For this one
Specifically.
and
This one
Rush
specifically.
Dragger too.
Well, that's not
Yeah.
RNG. That's just unluckiness. But we'll
It's
get
a
there
little
when we
bit
get
RNG.
there.
We get there.
Yeah, I would say this is
I've-
probably the second most like nerve-wracking boss in this game. There's
Oh, yeah.
another one
Yeah.
we'll talk about later and why, but I think this one comes in a pretty close second, just because of the randomness with when the sentry wants to attack,
Yeah.
and also
You can lose
Yeah,
a lot of
it
time
likes
to
to
this
go
one.
Yeah. Again, up to like 40 seconds or 45 seconds, I think it is, if he decides to not
Is
play
it?
ball. Yeah. Like from the best to the worst possible. It's around that ballpark.
Mm.
There we go. I got pretty good RNG all three phases though, so that's nice.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And here you can see the
That's
whole
what we like
gravity
to
thing
see.
we were talking about, where it just shifts around constantly.
Not a bad run so far.
It's decent.
Yeah. Normally when you have a clean basin like this, the boss gives you really bad RNG
Yeah.
and you lose all your time you saved.
Yep. And then you sat and you reset.
Yeah.
So, Pilar, when you were working on Solar Ash, do you have like a particular memorable moment from like the game or working on the game or anything like that?
Yeah, actually, I think one of the nicest things about Solar Ash is that it, the amount of acting, like there, like the interaction with Ray and Sid. It's kind of emotional at times, especially towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because Ray, she's kind of falling apart at some points, and she gets into a bad mood, and so Sid is kind of always steady. But then when there's a lot of desolation that happens and some destruction, and so it's really nice to see these moments. And I loved when Sid, because she's a computer voice, that she was able to display emotion, and so they were, the the directors were very interested in us finding those moments. Even the computer voice, she was able to display emotion. That was really nice.
For sure, their relationship is really, really unique, and I think a lot of people like fell in love with Sid as a character, like the way that she behaves in the game, because she's always super supportive.
Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah, and just she just wants the best for Ray, you know, like she's trying to help her as much as possible.
Exactly, she's steady, but she gets emotional when Ray gets into trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, what in the lag moment?
So this is where probably one of the bigger, I don't know, is this one of the bigger sequence breaks? No. Well,
This is a pretty big trick.
Also a very hard one.
Yeah.
Pray for me.
So yeah, we'll be doing this rail slip into a couple different gravity fields, I believe.
Oh,
I think
no.
there's 2 or 3. Oh no, this is tricky. Yeah.
We're losing time here.
Unlucky.
That's okay. This trick is very tricky.
This
like
one's
I
a
said,
hard one to learn.
You have to navigate through a couple different of the gravity fields.
There's like 3 or 4 like almost on top of each other. It's like really, really annoying. And you have to kind of pray sometimes that you get into the correct one.
You want to go to the right, and then if you go too far right, it pulls you to, just like you saw, and then if you go too far left, you go out of bounds and you can't do anything.
Yep.
It's really not a fun one.
Really is not.
So to get good at this kind of trick, which there's a couple of in the run, you kind of have to know where the gravity fields are, and of course they're invisible. That makes it a bit tricky.
All right.
But yeah, you need to build up quite a lot of momentum in this tiny little area to make it through all of the gravity fields.
Yeah.
This is looking good. Yeah.
This is looking good.
This was my perfect. There we go.
Let's go.
That's how it was supposed
very
to
nice. You know what? Second try. That's very good. That's better than my That's better than my PB. So.
But yeah, basically
we like second tries around here.
Yeah, basically that skips opening one of those eye doors. I don't know if you've noticed, but we haven't really used the eye doors after Capital, which was the first one that we did. And the only reason we do that is because we have to do the hyper launch. Otherwise, we could actually skip that one as well.
Yeah,
technically.
In restricted, we don't touch any of the eye doors.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it skips doing that one, and it skips a very, very slow walk. It skips a cutscene, and it skips talking to another NPC that is called Aris. Aris? Arik.
Oh, Ares, I think.
No, Arik.
Yeah, Arik. That's
Arik.
it.
Yeah, we don't touch him. We found a skip for him like one of the first days. So after that, we just forgot what his name was. That's like aim skip.
Oh, that's probably who I was thinking of.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, basically we have a skip for every NPC, which is both good and bad because we really, really like the NPCs, but you know, we like time save more.
Yeah, we don't want to be talking to them too much.
No. So now we're in a place called Eternal Garden, and if you don't know what is actually going on right now, Ray's home planet is actually about to get, I guess, destroyed by, what's it called? It's called the
Ultra Void.
Ultra Void, exactly. And her and a team of other Void Runners have gone to this planet to try to stop that from happening. But she can't really find her crewmates, and one by one she finds them, and they're actually already dead, unfortunately.
Oh, spoilers.
I mean, you know, they're not going to see them. I do that.
Can you talk a little bit about the monsters?
Yeah, we could. Which parts? Like the bosses or the small ones?
Big ones.
These guys.
What? Why did she? Yeah, she has to kill each of them, right? Before she gets to the next level.
Yeah,
exactly. So basically, there are all these anomalies that we are taking before we can go over to the bosses. They're actually interfering with the whole system that is on that planet that we're on. So they need to be destroyed. Otherwise, she cannot turn on something called the Starseed. The Starseed is basically what they've planted on this planet, which is gonna save her home planet.
Yeah, so basically we're in a thing called the Ultra Void right now, which is actually sucked in multiple different planets, and it's currently sucking in Ray's planet, and so Ray is trying to save her own planet through this adventure.
It's very convoluted and very weird when you just say it like that. But yeah, that is exactly what's happening.
It's a very good
It
story,
makes sense as you're doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When you're playing the game, it makes total sense. When you're just watching it, you're probably like, what in the heck is going on?
Yeah. Maybe if we didn't skip every single dialogue, we would know what's going on, but
Yeah, but then I would go under.
we don't have time for that, man.
But it's speed.
Exactly, fast.
We're going so fast.
Exactly.
So, in working on a project like this, especially during a global pandemic, was there anything that, like, the pandemic specifically affected this project? Like, did you have to work from home?
Yes, absolutely. We did the whole thing remotely.
Wow.
That must have been
I
very
have a
difficult.
Oh, actually, it wasn't because I had, I had the screen where I was watching the game, and then I also had the director talking to me at the same time, and so I could see what was going on. It was also just separate. They were also just separate lines. So it wasn't like I had to dub or anything like that. It was just getting the emotion out of and just doing different reads. So yeah, it was actually not bad at all to do it remotely, because you're not seeing the game hadn't been it wasn't active like this. So I was seeing images, but I wasn't seeing this much more sophisticated, obviously, because it's the final game. Yeah. But I could see the sort of the beginning skeleton of it, and it was so active.
So do you prefer working from home now, like going through the pandemic and all that, or would you say, like, given the chance, you would rather go into like the development studio?
I like both, but the thing is, when the video game is being developed, you don't see all the elements. You're really just putting your voice out there. And so you've got an image, but you have to create the voice. So it's really about trying different things and seeing what works for that character. Mm-hmm. Because you really are, you're in your own ultra voice when you're creating a character for a video
Interesting.
game.
That takes so much talent. I have so much respect for you.
Yeah.
I could never.
Yeah.
I could never.
Yeah, just being home and trying to like bring that out, that's gotta be so difficult.
So you basically say the lines and they build the game around you, almost.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you have images. But what it is it's all about imagination.
Mm.
So, from somebody who's working you're working this, and it's amazing because you're basically you're moving it around, but you don't know where Rey is going to drop. So a lot of it has to do with using your imagination to see where she's going to go next. So actions like that, you have to imagine what the character is going to do or how they're going to feel. So you turn on the imagination key and go with it.
Wow, that's incredible.
Really
I don't
is.
think my imagination is that good. All right, we are now.
I'm sure it is.
So now we're going on to, what is this, Withered Eye?
Exactly.
This is probably one of the more fun ones.
Oh, yeah.
The late ones
Yeah,
are
this is
fun,
really
but they're
fun.
also balanced by some difficulties. This one is relatively easy,
Sometimes.
and pretty fun. It's also very unique.
Yeah, there's a lot of gravity elements in this one, especially. Let's see if I can get it here, where I just get sent flying. Yeah.
Oh, this is nice.
Also,
like
the
that.
music is very good.
The
I mean, the music
soundtrack-
is
Oh my god, the soundtrack
the
in this game
entire
is so good.
soundtrack is
Yeah. I think it's universally loved, the soundtrack.
Yeah,
I haven't heard anyone say anything bad about it.
you can't. It's just not allowed. Like,
Nah, not really.
it is actually illegal.
I think it's illegal in some countries.
Yeah, exactly. Should
I
be.
definitely have some favorites, but I don't think there's a single song where I was like, I didn't enjoy that. They're all fantastic.
Yeah, I think I enjoy Withered Eye the most, honestly. I feel like the soundtrack for Withered Eye is so good. Oh, okay, not hitting that one. Cool. There we go.
The amount of times I have done that.
Oh yeah, super
Yeah.
easy to do accidentally as well. Alright, so here he can do something weird where he just shakes his booty way too much and sends us flying. Okay, he didn't do it. That's good. Unfortunately, nothing we can do about it if he does it.
Yeah, so currently...
Sometimes... Oh. You go.
Currently, there's some issues with a couple of the bosses where the gravity acts out a little bit, especially when you're going very fast, and will bucking bronco you right off of it entirely.
Whoa!
But Heart Machine is working on it.
Patch is coming out.
Patch is coming out pretty soon.
It's on the way. That goes into what I was going to say, is that sometimes they'll buck you, and it'll just throw you in the exact direction you want to go.
Yeah.
And then
sometimes you get super
it'll
lucky.
be great.
Yeah.
It's the best time.
Yeah, I love the hand pulls, the ones that are like in between the fingers. I don't know what it is, but just going around to the different hands. That part's probably the most fun part.
Yeah.
When you get that really clean, it feels really good.
Yeah, true. Ooh, don't get hit by that. Thank you. Again, any red spots that I touch, I will die and the cycle will go over. So we definitely don't want that because that's like a major time loss. Then you can lose up to, I think, a minute or something, depending on when you die during the boss fights. And a minute in this game is quite a lot.
Oh, and
also,
it's
hard to get a minute back.
Yeah.
We won't really touch on it in this speedrun because obviously we're playing on the easiest difficulty. But the hardest difficulty in the game is, I believe, called hardcore. And what's interesting about it is it's not just like, oh, you take more damage, you do less damage, that kind of thing. It's like the timing of these bosses and each of the pulls on the Remnant is much tighter. And so it actually plays a lot into speedrunning. And so you kind of have to be a speedrunner or at least partially to do some speed running in order to play hardcore effectively.
Yeah, I know that.
I
know that they had to actually tweak Withered Eye's timing because apparently it was like too low. Like no one at Heart Machine could actually get to like finish the third phase, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was that one.
I think they said it was the second phase where his tail just goes wherever it wants to go.
Okay,
yeah, because the tail just kind of goes crazy, and sometimes it's a long distance, and sometimes it's a short distance.
Exactly. And here, everyone's favorite NPC, Sid, gonna get a shield, and we're gonna say.
And this is where we get to see a lot of shield warping.
Yeah, this is where shield warping really comes into play.
Yeah.
This level and the next one. But basically, we're going to be going over to Mirror Sea, and if you thought that I was going to take the intended way up there, joke's on you. Let's get hit by the
This is 80%.
We have a very cool gravity manip here.
Yep.
I think this is my favorite one.
This is probably one of my favorites as well, and it's actually very easy. You just need to do a pretty basic triple jump. There's such a thing called I think it's called a full hop triple jump, where it's much more precise and it's required for certain tricks.
Yeah.
That one is very loose. You can just do a base triple jump, and it's no problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, honestly, like, even if you play this game casually, and if you don't plan on doing the full speedrun, which I do recommend you do, but if you don't...
I recommend very much.
If you don't, doing some of these tricks, or at least learning the triple jump, is very much in the spirit of the game itself.
Oh, for sure.
I don't even think it would necessarily ruin a casual playthrough.
Yeah, so usually we would have to do a bunch of stuff here, go up, and... Oh, okay, we're over here. Fair enough.
I think even if you're new to triple jump, you still wouldn't find stuff on your own. You'd have to look it up, I think.
Oh, for sure. Like, it's very difficult to actually find triple jump spots in the beginning. Because you have to learn so much about the game with, like, how the gravity works and what things you can actually stand on, all that stuff.
Yeah, so that shield warp that we just did, that skips, I think, what, like
3 minutes?
2 minutes of...
I think it's like 3 minutes. Honestly. It's so much.
Yeah, it's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Because that skips even, like, aim skip. So in Unrestricted, we have aim skip, and we have aim skip deluxe as well.
Yeah.
And it
here's
skips
aim skip skip.
Aim skip skip. It skips the majority of that section sort of beneath us and behind us. I think it's like a dam.
Yeah, there's like a small puzzle thingy you have to do with like an electric wire that you have to glide on. But if you just shield warp there, you skip that, which is super nice for us.
Aim skip, in my opinion, is the coolest trick in the game.
It is also by far the hardest.
It is very hard, but
hardest rail
feels very
do.
good when you pull it off.
Oh yeah, but it's the hardest rail slip by far to do, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And fun fact, by the way, in the IGN Devs React video with Bladen, shout out to Bladen, saw him in the chat earlier. the developers said that sort of the left side where we just went was not actually intended to be platformed. That's not the word, but it wasn't intended to be traversed, and we do it anyway.
I mean,
but it is in bounds. It's just decorative.
Yeah. Basically,
if we go fast, we can do anything.
Exactly. But basically, the reason that we actually do it is because we got a checkpoint, and there is such a thing as death warping in this game.
Oh
yes.
yeah.
And
so we avoid
exactly. We avoid this checkpoint over here on our left side. People shy, welcome on in, Bladen. And basically that allows us to get back to the pavilion checkpoint again. As you're going to see here in a second, you can see the checkpoint on the left here is not active at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to quit out. Usually we would do like a death warp here, but depending on you know, the timing and stuff like that.
If you take one step backwards there, you're touching that checkpoint.
Exactly. So it's better just to quit out, continue, and then you can kind of hear the game, and now you can see the game. We're back here.
Yeah, so that probably saves at least a good 50 seconds anyway, right?
Yeah, traveling back is a bit of time.
So, Pular, do you have like a favorite line from this game, or like a favorite conversation, maybe?
I just love the interactions between Sid and Ray when she's like when Ray's like in a bad mood and Sid kind of brings her back from the edge. It's just really funny the way she just. I love that. And you know, I just wanted to mention that it's I was looking up the organization. havenhouse.org.uk, and it's a really beautiful foundation where they it's a Haven House Children's Hospice. It helps families providing specialist nursing care and emotional support when times are tough. It's just really wonderful. If anybody wants to go look at that online, it's a great organization, and people donate because it's important. It's important for kids and for their families.
Yeah. We need more caring people like that in the world.
Honestly.
It is very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so absolutely, if you have the means to do so, please donate to Haven House. And also, you can get a copy of Solar Ash as well. You have a chance. I should say you have a chance to win a copy of Solar Ash.
You can also just buy the game,
maybe
afterwards.
It's true. This is true. But yeah.
I think if I had a favorite quote, it would probably be, or like the interaction between Ray and Sid after Capital, I think it is, where, what is it? I think Ray says something along the lines of no problem, and then Sid, because she is like a computer generated person, she just says, no, that's not true, we still have a problem. And then Ray has to kind of like tell her that, no, it's just the same.
Oh gosh, I've heard that.
Which I always felt like that was super cute.
Yeah,
I think my favorite part is after this section, Sid kind of breaks.
Oh yeah,
and then Ray kind of just loses it. I think.
Oh yeah, because the last person
that's my favorite bit.
Yeah,
it's
like the last.
I'm a sucker for the emotional bits.
Sorry,
there's a part where Sid is not snooty, but kind of puts Ray in her place and says, you know, no need to be like that. I can't remember where it is, but Ray is just being obnoxious, and then Sid says, yeah, just calm down because, you know, I know, but she does it in a very sort of smarmy kind of a way.
I do
remember the lines though. It's been a while.
It was something like that. Like Ray was just getting angry, and then Sid calmed her down a bit.
Yeah, I think it's like coming into Miracy here that she does that, and then post Miracy is where it goes really, really wrong. Because Ray wants to do something that Sid really doesn't want to do, but Sid doesn't have a choice, unfortunately.
When you were recording the lines, did you have like Ray's voice lines to go off of, or were you just on your own? Because there's some really good chemistry in those lines.
No, I was completely on my own.
So,
and that's where your imagination comes in. You really have to put yourself into the character. So
Yeah.
I had to imagine. So she's a computer, but she does have feelings.
Yeah.
And so she feels for Ray, and so that's where I had to from that, because you're not writing with images, and then you do get to see a couple of the maybe one or two scenes, but it's really just making it up inside your brain.
That's so cool.
That's honestly amazing, because I would never have guessed that. I would have assumed even that you would be in the same room, because like Wiggle said, the chemistry between the two characters is very much there. And so for you to be able to make that work just by yourself, that's amazing.
Really is.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
I'm also like just generally super impressed with the way that you actually made Sid have emotions, even though she's supposed to be a computer. Like you can generally feel it, like when you're just listening to her
somehow,
talk
some way.
with Ray.
There was a moment where I started crying.
Aww.
because it was so it was so intense what she was going through, and seeing her planet being destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though she is a computer, you know, watching it and watching Ray fail in certain parts, really sad. And I did have a couple tears.
That's understandable. I teared up when I ended the game the first time.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah, I'll put my man shield down and say that I cried a little.
Yep. Absolutely beautiful game.
It's very, very emotional.
Once again, if you
end.
guys also want to cry, you know, donate to that True Ending incentive, because that is the whole reason, honestly.
That's where we get the most voice acting in.
True. We can't skip her there. Get it going, guys.
Still no Sid though.
No, Sid is there in the final cutscene. Woo! Okay.
Oh, she is.
What
yes,
is-
you're right.
That was a new one.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
I have never been stuck to his hand like that. That's cool. So yeah, Rust Dragger. Anyone want to touch on why we...
Everyone's favorite boss.
Why we don't...
Wiggles, I'll let you handle that one.
Yeah.
You let me handle this one? I've been through it too many times.
You have.
Too many sub-hour runs gone to this boss.
Yes.
So basically, to my understanding, on the third phase of this boss, when you get around to his shoulder, there's sort of like a weird gravity thing that happens, and it just kind of like pushes you away from his shoulder instead of pulling you in.
Yep.
And it just throws you all the way off the boss. We're hoping not to see it here because it's like a whole minute time loss.
It is like towards the end of this phase as well, so you lose so much time.
Right at the end.
Alright,
Yeah.
so pray for me, chat. Get some prages, bless RNGs in the chat. Because this is do or die.
Mm-hmm. And there's not much you can do about it either.
Alright, let's see.
But there is a patch coming.
Let's
Here it is.
see.
Oh.
No! Okay, save!
Oh, you saved it though.
Woo! Okay,
Nice
we're good, we're good. You could almost see it happening. I almost flew off.
Yeah, almost.
And
You
you'll
almost
see-
witnessed the
it's right
full Solar Ash experience.
Yeah, you almost got the full experience there, true. That was close. That was really, really close. But yeah, that is Mirror C. Now we're going to be talking to Sid. And we're basically going to tell Sid to I think it's emergency shutdown protocol or something like that. To like try to get the Starseed going. Because Ray doesn't want to do this anymore. And that's going to kind of break Sid. She's going to go back into full AI mode. No emotions, unfortunately.
No.
I know.
She has her moments. She goes back and forth, and then she goes back into her full robot mode
Yeah.
for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen here
She
because
comes
Ray
in a
says
little
so.
bit sometimes.
Yeah. I do love
It's
that
about we are remembering everything.
Yeah. I do love that she has like 3 arms basically. I never you never really notice it until you actually like look at it a lot.
Okay, so we have the incentive met.
Oh,
for the
yeah!
guild.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's amazing.
True ending, yeah.
with
Anonymous?
Yes, that's how you say that word.
You got
Donating £5 with the message, "Great job on the run so far," and fantastic commentary from Pillar. Let's get that true ending.
All right.
Oh,
You got it.
And we already did.
True. All right.
Yeah.
This is one of the most scariest hyper launches to do. Let's see if I can get it first try.
Yeah, this one's a bit tricky.
Nope, that's not gonna work. Canceled it because I could just tell that wasn't gonna work.
Do you have to time slip for this one?
Nope.
Oh,
Not
he's going
necessary.
off the cuff.
So how do you go about? Oh wow, that was.
Whoa.
I've never seen that one before.
That was crazy.
That was nuts.
That was a hyper launch, that's for sure.
That was something else. I've never seen myself fly like that. Oh my god. I
It's
don't
a
even know
little bit
where
of
I
luck
would've
with
ended.
the hyper launches.
A little bit.
So, Nico, how do you go about lining these up? Like, I could see you're moving your camera, and then you start skating, and then you jump, and you just kind of go. Are
Yeah.
you looking for a visual cue to try and line up, or is it
Kinda,
audio related?
I kind of have like a lineup with my visual cue, like how I want the screen to look. Like this, and over here. This one should get me into peak at the very least. Yeah.
To my understanding,
Alright.
you want to look down, and then as soon as you jump, look in the direction of where you want to go.
Yeah, they're
It's kind of
pretty
how it
weird.
works.
I'm just gonna take this one because otherwise we can keep doing that the entire day. So it's not the fastest method, unfortunately, but we're gonna show off this skip as well. By doing that one.
Yeah, this is a cool. That's a cool
try!
triple jump. Yeah,
Dude,
first try.
I swear, I have spent hours on that skip,
Yeah.
and I have not been able to get it. That is ridiculous.
That
I
is-
cannot believe you just did that first try.
Nico made that look really easy just then.
So that takes advantage of something in the community we call ledge striking, which is somewhat of a debatable topic.
Ooh,
some people,
controversy.
Oh,
some
what am I
people
doing?
say it doesn't do anything, including the developers.
Yep.
We disagree.
We feel like it does. Basically, like when you're getting to a ledge where you're not supposed to be able to get over, if you like strike with your weapon, you kind of like push Ray up just a little bit, and Ray will like continue her momentum. It's very weird. We don't know why it works, but people tell us that it doesn't work, but we feel like it does. So that's why you'll
We
see
can
me, like-
believe at least.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you'll see me like smash my my hands in the air sometimes.
Hey, no
Even
matter
if
what,
it's
it's fun.
Yeah.
It is definitely
Even if it's confirmed to not work, I think people will still do it just as like a luck kind of thing.
maybe RNG minute.
Just to feel good about yourself.
Exactly. Alright, this anomaly is like one of the toughest ones to do fast.
One mistake and you just go straight in the lava.
Yeah. That's fine.
Nice. Let's go.
That was pretty clean.
Kinda got grabbed a little bit on the goop, but it's okay.
Yeah, we take those.
We do. Alright, now we need to shield warp a lot. Because Wiggles, or Wiggly, whatever you want to call him, found this route.
LOS.
You basically found this entire route. I don't know what you were doing when you found this route.
Essentially, I was trying to do the normal route and I messed it up.
Oh, I see.
and then it just put me in a place that was good, and I was like, all right, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's basically what's gonna go down here. I'm gonna take this shield, and we're gonna get teleported to the next part that we need to be. There we go. Beautiful. I'm gonna take this checkpoint because we're gonna use it when we spawn the boss fight, which is called Burning Hunter, who is also a super interesting boss because that boss actually don't hit me. Thank you. That boss was actually one of the first bosses that I think Alex, which is like the creative director for Heart Machine, that was working on Solar Ash, he made this boss as like one of the first ones. But everyone at the dev team was like, how are we supposed to even make this? This guy's flying. We don't even have flying particles and stuff like that. But somehow they still got him in.
It worked.
Yeah, from,
and
like, a
somehow it's the
development-
best functioning boss too.
Probably because it took so much work.
You say that, but he can bug out. Not so much on unrestricted, but on restricted he can. Because there's a weird glitch where like the you know those cloud stacks, the smoke stacks that we take, like it just doesn't work. Like you'll go up and then, excuse me, okay, I was not able to get the shield.
Oh,
Very
no.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
happens.
this game has auto aim. and you can't really decide where you want to aim. So Ray will sometimes just aim not where you're aiming, which is super cool.
Yeah, sometimes you want to hit an enemy to get them away from you, but there'll be a shield box a little bit closer, and
there we go.
It's all over at that point.
Please don't hit me again.
So while Nico is getting this working, Pilar, do you have any questions? Because I know, as mentioned, speedrunning can be kind of convoluted. Do you have any questions about what you're seeing, or just speedrunning in general?
Actually, having seen the game a few times with different gamers on Twitch, I understand it now. And really, for me, it would just be a matter of I would have to get the box to be able to maneuver, which I am seriously considering. I'm so in love with this game. No, I mean, really and truly, it's cool. And what I like about this game is that
I don't know what's happening there, by the way.
I'm getting unlucky.
Continue, sorry.
But yeah, continue. All right, we'll work this out.
What I like, what I was saying was that what I like about this game is that he gets into a whole bunch of scrapes, and there are all these things, and there are these points, these other chambers where the other characters live, but it's not super violent.
Right.
It's more of an adventure. I love that, and she's doing twists and these turns, and she's skating, and so yes, she can fall and whatever. Crack her head open, but it's not like super duper violent. People are killing themselves constantly,
Yeah,
I like that.
No, it's definitely more of an adventure, and I would say that it's kind of a story lenient game as well. Like, it's very much the movement, but the story is pretty obviously not during this speed run, but in a casual playthrough, like the story hooked me in particularly.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. And there are elements. There are lots of storytelling elements where you can stop and take a look. And if you're not into the speed run, you can take a look at all and the outline, the world that she runs across are so beautiful, and they're so beautifully crafted. It's amazing.
Yeah, gorgeous game, gorgeous.
So we kind of have to improvise here a little bit, but I think I did it.
Yeah. So basically, the shield warp route, which unrestricted is popular for, did not quite work out here, but that is okay. You know what? Improv makes these runs much more interesting. When you're kind of in a sticky situation and you need to work your way out, it's like, okay, I have these things available to me. I know these other strategies from my previous experiences, and this is how I'm going to fix the situation. And you know what? That makes it that much more interesting to me, anyway.
Yeah. So basically, the reason I was like shroom jumping a lot was because of the fact that there's another checkpoint that I really, really don't want to get. So I had to like use restricted tricks to get over here. But yeah, I don't know why I shield warp wrong the first time. Yeah. That kind of seemed weird.
Sometimes shield warping just doesn't work.
Especially for that one. Yeah, I had to get that one. That checkpoint, though.
Do you?
Mostly because of Graveyard here in a second.
Oh, okay.
A little
I hope
scared
you know how to get back.
Oh, wow. I think it's just going to be a long run back. I'm not going to be lying to you. Is it not possible? Otherwise, I'll just load up Burning Hunter file.
I'm really not sure.
I think I'll load up the Burning Hunter file.
But we can see. Because you haven't activated any of the rails in unrestricted.
No, exactly.
So going back's a bit of a mission.
Yeah. I'm going to just be loading up the file. Unlucky that happened, but what can you do?
Yeah.
Would you say that's never happened before?
It actually has. that wrong shield warp, I thought I knew what caused it, but apparently I don't.
Yeah.
Because that just happened again. Also, we're going to be showing another cool trick here, which is super difficult to do. This is like the most difficult part, just getting up here.
This is more of a restricted route trick too, because normally you would just shield warp to the area we're about to go to, but in restricted, you can't shield warp, and you have to find a movement way to get there.
Exactly.
And this is a really cool gravity minute where you just sort of jump up and then flip.
Let's hope it works.
Yeah, this is probably Before you've actually learned it, this is probably the hardest gravity manip in the game. I haven't learned it, but I've heard once you've learned it, it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's usually what I say, but okay, am I gonna die? I am.
We're falling apart at the end of the run here.
It's okay. It's peak. It's expected. This is why my estimate was so huge.
This is why my peak in unrestricted is 16 minutes.
Yep. Peak is by far the hardest place, I think, in the entire run.
There's just lava everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because Miracy, which is the last segment that we did, can be very punishing, although the tricks aren't that difficult.
No, it's just the acid.
If you fail in Miracy, you go back quite a bit.
There we go.
But all of the tricks in Peak, which is the segment we're currently doing, are very, very difficult.
Yes.
And you also get set back a decent amount if you do the world record route.
Yep.
Personally, I grab the checkpoints because I'm baby. But if you're going for a world record, or trying to show up some really fancy strats in a marathon, then you've got some difficult tricks on your hands. That's for sure.
Ooh, okay.
It's not very fun when I've had so many sub-hour runs and they just die here.
They do come here to die. Let's be real.
And it's all because you just kind of touch the first checkpoint in the area pretty much, and then you never want to touch a checkpoint again, just so you can quit and load back to that. But it's very hard.
Exactly. Alright, so we're gonna quit the title here, and then we're gonna load up this save, and then we're gonna do this, and then we should have
We're
Burning
cheating.
Hunter. I am cheating a little bit. Basically making it so we don't go overestimate. Sue me.
Perfectly.
Oh, whoa,
reasonable.
look at that, we're back here.
Oh wow, we're at Sid. It's so weird, guys.
Wow, when did you activate that rail?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Now can I get up on it again? Cool, I can.
I just want to remind everyone who's listening that if you check out havenhouse.org.uk,
Yes.
and it's such a great organization. Children, whoever's on call listening,
Absolutely.
check it out.
Exactly. Please donate if you have
Yeah.
expendable funds.
Yeah, if you have the means.
If you have the
please do
means,
so.
yeah.
If you
And
don't,
they're good with like £5, 10 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you can give.
yeah. Doesn't have to be
helps.
large, just anything.
Anything helps.
Also,
Any amount.
Heart Machines in the chat.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Hello, hello.
Good thing they didn't see that peak.
Yeah.
Heart Machine Z.
I'm beating a dead horse, but Heart Machine's absolutely fantastic. Game's 20% off right now, and they're providing 2 game keys if you donate. Sorry, there's a chance to win 1 of 2 game keys if you donate. So please either donate or go pick up the game for 20% off on the Epic Game Store.
Exactly. And
Heart
yeah,
Machine
Heart
said,
Machine-
"Thanks for playing the game.
Go Heart Machine!
Thanks for
Go
making
Heart
the
Machine!
game."
I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for making the game and being so
Yeah.
supportive to speedrunners. I think absolutely by a mile, like the #1 most speedrun supportive development team out there.
I don't think
Most I've seen.
Yeah, I don't think I've ran a game where a dev team has been so supportive. And I've ran
No,
like
me
I
neither.
think 10 games or something.
I've run games before, like this is just entirely honest. I've run games before where the development team interacts with the speedrunning community, but they don't necessarily support. And you know what? Like Heart Machines interacts with the speedrunning community, and they're incredibly supportive. They're encouraging, and they will, like I said, they catered shield warping towards the speedrunners. They left it in specifically for us. I have never heard of that before.
And they left in triple jumping too.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Burning
We
Hunter
love
down.
Heart Machine.
We do. How are we doing on time, guys?
Hour, 2
Pretty
minutes,
good.
and 30
Hour, 2
seconds.
minutes? All right, we should be completely fine then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
I
got
think
plenty of time
Even
to
with true
do.
ending.
Yeah.
Easy to support you since you're so freaking offensive. Nah, this is all you. This is all you. Like the
so.
best thing.
Story-wise,
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry,
Go. No, go.
So story-wise, we have now finished technically the last remnant.
It is the last remnant.
Yes. And so you may have seen there, Echo, who we've sort of been skipping the dialogue through. Echo was like, do they seem familiar to you at all? And I won't spoil what that is, but it's a little bit of foreshadowing. We are from here on out. We will definitely be spoiling the rest of the game. That's just unavoidable.
Yeah.
So
we can't skip the dialogue from here.
Nope.
If you're worried about spoilers, please, be wary.
I'm going for this, by the way.
Yep, do it.
I'm gonna give myself 2 tries.
I wonder why she's called Echo.
Okay, I'm gonna give myself 2 tries for this trick. It is very difficult. This one is not gonna work.
That's not a good one.
Yeah, during practice, so we did a couple practice runs, and I think you had like one of the best ones ever.
Yeah, one of them
not
was
sure if we're gonna
perfect.
Yeah,
not
it was
sure if we're
so
gonna be able
good.
to replicate that, but again, this I think this is probably the most difficult hyper launch in the game.
Yeah.
Not even just
Definitely
that.
the most
but-
inconsistent one.
Not even just that, but you did the perfect one first try, and then tried like 10 other times and never got it.
Exactly. Kind of like this. One more.
Third
One
time's
more.
the charm.
Third time is the charm, hopefully. Otherwise, I'm gonna do the rail of shame.
That'll give us some extra dialogue. Why not?
Dialogue, yay. Breach.
Please.
Oh.
Please.
It's looking
Nah.
pretty high.
I think it's gonna be there.
Pretty high.
It's gonna be high, but
You
it's
can
gonna
get
be
there.
Yeah, I can
We're
get
gonna be
there.
falling.
We're gonna be falling,
Look at
guys. If you got donations, go ahead.
No donations yet, but once again, if you have extra money, exclamation mark donate. There is a link.
Crazy, would you like to tell us a little bit about Haven House?
Of course I can. So Haven House Children's Hospice cares for seriously ill babies and children by creating a loving and warm environment for them and their families while they go through the toughest of times. No family should have to face alone the difficulties of looking after a child with a serious illness. Although we cannot change their diagnosis, our specialist care team are here to provide support to parents and carers who have children with complex medical needs. Many of our children need 24-hour care and supervision. We are a lifeline for these families, supporting them through their child's illness. We are here for the whole family, including moms, dads, brothers, sisters, and grandparents. So go donate.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't
Yeah,
hit
thank
this,
you
I'm
so
gonna
much
be
for that.
extremely sad, by the way.
If this misses, oh my.
If this misses, I don't even
Surely
know
not,
what to
you're right
say.
on top of it.
I think I'm on top of it, but like on the side?
You've still got your double jump, right?
Nope.
So, oh, you used it?
Yeah, I had to use it to like get... I think we're gonna hit it.
Oh, this looks
It's gonna be
good.
close.
It doesn't take this long usually, guys, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Alright, we're good.
Yeah, so you can
No!
get... No!
Okay.
We're going around.
I believe...
We're getting custom.
Savable, let's go!
Nice. A
Oh.
save.
My heart was out of my chest. I cannot believe you just saved that.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That
Oh,
was kind of nuts. You do not want to see that at the end of your PB run.
Oh my god, I can't believe I saved it. Okay, usually that doesn't take that long. And it is usually faster, but again, it is one of the most inconsistent hyper launches to actually do.
Mm-hmm. But it is the coolest one.
Also, like, one of the coolest cutscenes ever here.
This can't be.
all right. So now we are very much in spoiler territory.
Yes.
So Rey is kind of realizing right now that her planet isn't really savable, unfortunately, despite everything she's gone through. And now we're gonna have this interaction between Rey and Echo, which I'll just let play out.
Like me.
Mm-hmm.
Do not draw this out. Show some mercy.
So here, this is what the incentive has paid for, actually. And we have basically a choice to activate the Starseed or destroy the Starseed, or we will in a second. Right?
Exactly. But first, Echo is gonna teach us about this world and who she actually is.
Thanks, Echo. I needed to know.
We
She actually doesn't teach us anything. She never says it.
Well, she said we were too late.
Yeah, so if you haven't picked up on it by now, Echo is actually sort of,
Ray.
I guess, yes, she's Ray. I was going to say she's like a remnant of Ray, but using that terminology can be kind of confusing in the context of this game. So
it's more like
Echo
Ray and
is Ray.
Echo are one. Is more how to say it. Like they're not exactly the same person, but they are one entity.
They're two halves of the same person essentially, and through the course of we've realized now that the entire game has happened before many times, technically infinite times, and so they're stuck in a time loop, and the only way you can break the loop is destroying the Starseed. And Ray has never made the decision before to destroy the Starseed. Every single time, technically infinite amount of times, she has just activated the Starseed.
Because that was her mission.
Yeah, that was her mission. And so she prolonged the suffering of a lot of people, and so she's going through this internal turmoil right now.
And now it's gonna get really nasty.
Yeah.
Bit weird.
And now we're gonna be playing as Echo.
Ooh.
Because now Echo wakes up where Ray woke up.
Before we finish, can I ask Pillar, do you have any questions for us, maybe?
Pain is gone. Feel like I can again.
That's fair.
I would love a how-to manual. I would
A
love.
how-to manual?
If I, yeah. I mean, the only way you can do it is by doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're just, it's so intricate, and there's so many levels to this game. You know, I noticed when someone else was playing it.
No.
When Ray comes into an obstacle, she has to go around something. How does the person who's controlling the game, how do you know where to go around? If you're playing it for the first time, for example, and it turns out you can't climb a certain mountain, how do you know? How do you get guided to a different way of going?
So
it's very much just
go ahead.
You find out.
Yeah,
you kind of just go ways.
Really.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute since I've done true ending, so I'm gonna be very bad at this skip, but it should be doable from. Oh my god, can I stop going over there? There we go. Here, thank you.
You've done it.
Thank you, Echo.
I actually didn't know you could go this way from this part.
That's
so,
did you get the cutscene?
I did. I get the cutscene anyway.
Oh no!
Oh, no, don't worry. I'm gonna get it.
That's
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I. No, I didn't. Wow. I did jump off though. Right. I'm supposed to jump off the rock on the top.
This must be a really old strat because I've never seen this.
It is. It is a strat because I don't run true ending at the moment, and I haven't the past 2 months, so I haven't learned the new way of doing it, unfortunately.
So yeah, that line that just played out, where basically Sid was like, "She's still part of you, isn't she?" I think that's actually the only one that we play fully in the speedrun, because every other line of dialogue is skippable, and so obviously it's faster. But actually these ones as well. Apparently, I kind of forgot about these.
Yeah,
these ones.
But we can move
play
them, so it doesn't really matter that much.
There's another way.
I do have a question, just out of curiosity, and you may have explained this before, but I was doing something. Why is her coloring different?
Oh,
is she turned into Echo, or no? I mean, she hasn't turned into Echo, but why is she different than when she was at the beginning of the game?
So right now we're playing as Echo, the one quote unquote good half of Ray, and so we're actually fighting Ray, who has become Wretched Ray in the process of realizing that she's basically unintentionally caused a lot of suffering for potentially infinite amounts of time for her people.
For all her people, all her friends.
Ray turns into Echo. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
kind of.
Yes,
they kind of merged together.
They merged together in the end, yeah. But right now, this is Ray in front of us. Like that
we actually we have a question from Heart Machines for you, Pilar. How do you feel about these speedrunners doing their very best to bypass critical story elements that you worked on?
Oh, Heart Machine, that I'm so happy being on this. I don't care. I just love watching this game. I really do. And I'll get them back for it later.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, you did force me to talk to you again there earlier, or Sid did.
No, you're still in there.
Well, you know what the
Next
thing
week-
is? I think for somebody who's just learning about the game, so it's really wonderful to go through all the elements, because you see, I mean, obviously a speed run is a speed run, but there's so many different areas that you can go into with this game, and that's what makes this game so brilliant. There are so many avenues, and it's always interesting.
There is a lot more to explore that we didn't even go near in the speedrun.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
And fun fact, if you are curious after the stream, if you want to, if you go to speedrun.com and look up Solar Ash, there is a 100% category in which we do play a little bit more of the game.
Exactly. All right. Are we ready on time here in a second? Because on the third smack, that is when time is.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the first one.
I am ready.
Is the second one coming up?
Pick up the pieces and fix what's left.
And the last one. 3, 2, 1, and time.
Boom.
Did we go over?
Yeah. Nope.
Nice.
Just under.
Ooh,
Let's
we
go.
GG.
Thank
But
you
yeah,
so
every
much.
time I watch this cutscene,
It's a tear.
it still gets me emotional.
Yeah.
I
it's a
definitely
fantastic
cried the first time I
cutscene.
watched it.
It really is. Basically, Ray and Echo merged together, and they are finally one again. And now Sid and Ray are actually
Ray,
looking at the new world that they are talking about and saying that maybe it's not so bad to actually be here.
Ray,
Maybe we
And
don't
now
need to
Sid
change
gets
it.
some good screen time.
She does.
you've managed to end the cycle.
Yeah, let's let this play out.
I mean, I don't have a choice. I can't skip it.
The Ultra Void is fake.
But yeah,
There's so much work to be done. So much to rebuild.
Lyris.
Our hope
That's Lyris, guys.
for the lives of those we all fear.
We see her.
And the home.
Oh my.
Oh gosh. Also, here is Arik in a second.
Good run, Nico.
Thank you.
Good
thank
run.
you.
Yeah, great job.
Thank you. Thank you. A little bit of improvisation, but
Not
we got there.
Mm-hmm.
And here we got
Not
Mr.
without
Krabs in a
potential.
second as well.
Mr. Krabs?
Mr. Krabs.
Oh.
No, this is Ames.
Hello. Can you play this song again?
But we do call him Mr. Krabs sometimes.
Are you alright, Ray?
That's so cute.
What? Mr.
I
Krabs?
think I will be.
She's gonna be okay.
We'll be okay.
Alright, guys, that is gonna be it for us. Pilar, thank you so much for joining us once again. Do you have any final things you want to say?
This is just so much fun. And guys, you got to play this game. It's really fun. I'm going to play this game.
Please do.
Yeah. Remember, this game is
converted
20%
you.
off on the Epic Games Store right now. And also, if you donate, you have a chance to win one of 2 keys for the game, provided very generously by Heart Machine. So,
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Thank
and yeah,
you.
Pilar, thank you very much. It's been an honor having you on.
It really has.
Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. It's amazing. You
Yeah,
guys are
it was
great.
great.
Thank
Nice
you.
to meet you too.
Alright, that's it
Yeah.
for us.
That
Thank you
was
very much.
Solar Ash. Any percent done by Nico with a C. Coming
Don't
up.
forget Haven House.
Yep.
Yes.
Donate. Coming up next is House Test playing Metal Gear Solid Mobile. Any percent. So stay tuned for that. Once again, thank you everyone here coming. And yeah.
Thank you very much.